Today I will show you how we can generate the JWT token in .NET Core. So let's get started. First we need to create the template. So I'm going to take the .NET Core Web API. So let's open the command prompt, and the command is .NET new Web API, and we have to give the name of the application or the project. So I am taking the JWT token IMPL. So within a few seconds, it will create the template. Okay. So if I go to the folder, you can see this has created the project. Let's open in the Microsoft Visual Studio 2019 so that we can write the code. So the application has been opened in the Visual Studio. Go to the Solution Explorer, and you can see all the class files and the controller. So by default it create the weather forecast controller. So if I run this project or the application, we can see the the weather forecast values in the browser. So here you can see that it created one method which return the some values. So let me show you that before writing the code for the JWT token. Okay, so you can see the service has been started, and so let's proceed to the local host. Okay, so it's again basically open the Swagger, and if I make a call, get call, then we can see the values. Okay, so it's a JSON format, and shows all the informations like what is the request URL and the response and the response header. So the application as of now is running fine. Now we have to write the code for the JWT token, basically to return the JWT token, and then we will access this method with access token, or you can say the JWT token. Okay, so we need to add some packages. So these are the three packages which we need to add from the NuGet package, so that our JWT token will work. So let's add all these three packages one by one. So the version I am taking is 5.0 because I am creating this application in .NET Core 5. So go to the Manage NuGet package, and then go to the Browse, select the JWT there. Here you can see the Microsoft ASP.authentication video, and the right side you can see the version, or you are able to select the version. So it's 5.0.17 which we need to select it and install it. Click OK, accept it. So within a few seconds it will install this package. Alright, so let's add the another one, that is the Microsoft Identity Pool tokens. Select the 6.2110. We can select the latest version for this package, but this time selecting the 6.21.0 version. Let's select the last one. Okay, so it is installed successfully. Okay, select this one, 6.2.1.0. Okay, okay, so all the three packages have been installed. We can see all these packages under the dependency package, and here you can see JWT token and the tokens.jwt. So close it. Now we have to write some code in the startup class file. So first, let's add the packages. So not packages, basically the namespace, because package we have already installed it. And so add the namespace Microsoft ASP.NET Core authentication and JWT bearer. And the next one is the uh, our Microsoft Identity Model dot tokens. Okay, now we have to add the authentication method in the configure services. So let's add this method quickly. Services dot add authentication, and we have to take the JWT bearer defaults for the authentication scheme. JWT bearer, okay, here it is, and then the authentication scheme, and then we add the options as well. The configuration option, I will show you how we can edit AWT bearer, and then take the config option. Okay, so when do the dot, you can see the token validation parameters. So we have to add all the parameters like the issuer signing key, issuer, valid issuer, audience. So let me show you all the things one by one. Okay, so we need to take the issuer signing key, so make it true, and then take the validate issuer, and and then valid audience. Now we have to assign the issuer signing key, and how we can do it, that is so we need to take the semantic security key. And we need to encode our key, so we need to take the encoding method. Okay. We need to add the namespace, encoding dot utf8, and take the get bytes, and you can take any string, or like basically the basic is the security key which you need to give. So do not give any plain text, like you can give the base 64. So but for this demo I am taking anything. Okay, now we have to take the valid issuer. Okay, so valid issuer you can take or give any URL. So I am taking https abc.com. You can take anything else, whatever you want, and then you have to define the valid audience. Let's copy it and put the same value. Okay, so we have added the authentication method in the configuration services. Let's close everything. Okay, okay, so in the we need to add one more thing in the configure method. Basically we need to authenticate our token as well. So let's add the authentication, use authentication. If we don't add this one, then it will it will not allow or access the method whether you are passing the correct token as well. Okay, now we have to add the models. So first of all we need to add the folder with the name of models, and then add the class file. So first one I am taking the login info. So login info, basically we will define the property like the username, the password, and add the another one. Okay, so take the user details. In the user details, like the name, password, and the role of the user, whether he or like the users are admin user or the test users. At the last one, that is the, I can say, user data. Basically we are not fetching the data from the database, so we will put it the hard-coded data over here in this class file. let's define the property in the login info. So public login, we have to add the username, public string username, and the password. Okay, so it's done. Let's add the user details. Let's copy it from here. Okay, username, password, and the role of the user. And make it very simple so that we can see how we can easily create the JWT token, which is basically important for creating the JWT token. Now add the user data. So here we have to take the list. Property we have already created, user details. Okay, user details, users, make it capital, users, new, list user details. Okay, now add the hard-coded value. User details. Okay, so we have the username. Let's give the admin user, give the password value. Let's take the password 123 and define the role. So it's admin, so I'm taking the admin and copy it. Okay, so change the test user and then password 1234 and then change it with test. So I'm just showing you like how we can create or passing the hard-coded value. You can also fetch this information from the database. Basically in the real-time project we fetch this information from the database. So I think we have done. So now we only need to create the controller to return the JWT token if the user is the valid user. So let's add one controller here. So take the controller. Okay, I'm taking the API controller empty and giving the token controller. Okay, so now add one method over here, public class, sorry, public I action is it, and taking the login method or login, and this method return the token. So leave it as it is, and okay, take the login info. Why it's not coming? We have to add the namespace models. Okay, the user login. Okay, so first of all, we have to validate the user. If it is the valid user, then we will return the token key. So there valid user, define the validated user. Okay, so we have the user data to match the username and password, single or default, username, and then as the password. Username and then user login. So basically we are matching which we are getting from the request. Username equal to username, and then do the same for the password. Okay, so if this user is a valid user, or you can say this information matched, then we will return the token. And how we can do that? Validate user is not equal to null. If it is not null, then return the token. And we need to define the key first, like which we did in the startup class file. So we copy this one. Okay, and the namespace. Okay, now we need to pass the credentials basically uh, in the token. So credentials. So we have to take the sign-in credential. Key, and what should be the algorithm? So I am taking the HMAC 256. So, step, and then we have to define the claims. to add the namespace, security claim, and we have to take the claim types. Okay, so first one I'm taking the name identifier. So those who don't know, like the JWT token consists of three parts: header, payload, and the signing key or the security key. So I'm taking the validated user. And then okay, let's copy the name, claim, and take the claims type, role. How we can retrieve it for the validated user. Okay, so we have defined the claim, and now we have to generate the token. So we have all the things: credentials, claims. Okay, token, new JWT, oops, JWT, JWT security, it's not covering security. Okay, we have to add the namespace. Okay, and so we have to give the audience, and then issuer audience, and then claim, if you can see in the suggestion. So first of all, give the audience and the issuer. So copy it from the startup file, give the same value which you have assigned in the startup file. Okay, and then define the claims. Now we have to mention like that token, how much time the token will be validated, whether it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 30 minutes. So we can define it over here as well. Date time, get the so I want that the token should be validated for 15 minutes after generating. Okay. Last one is we need to define the signing key, signing credential. And we have already done it, so we have this over here. Okay, I think we have done everything. Okay, okay. So return okay. Because we have to return the action result type. Okay, if it is not a valid user, then return not found. User not found. Okay, so what we have done, we match the username password. If it is matched, then we return the token. In the token, we define the key and then credential, which is necessary for generating the token, and then define the claims, and then in the last we return the token. If it is not a valid user, then we are returning the user not found. Okay, so we is a HTTP method. So go mention the HTTP post, and we have to define the attribute allow anonymous attribute. Okay, so we have done everything. Now we check whether it's working fine or not. So earlier, like I showed you, that we were able to access this get method successfully, but now we have the token, and I want those user are the valid user can access this method with the token key, with the valid token key. And how we can do that? So I want only the admin user can access this. So define the admins, okay, and then the mention the authorized attribute. So those are authorized can access this method. So as I said, like I want only the admin user can access it, so mention the admin. Okay, let's build this application and see is building properly or not. Okay, giving some issue. Okay, this one and build it again. Okay, now run this application. So I will show you through the postman. I am going to open the postman so that we can pass the valid token while accessing this weather forecast controller. Okay. Uh, okay, our service is running on this HTTPS localhost 5011. So let's copy this URL. Okay, so we have already prepared this one. For your information, I'm showing this thing. I'm taking the HTTPS local 501 API token and if I go to the application, you can see that we have the token controller, and I am calling this method. So if you can see that HTTP, I am taking the HTTP as local FileZone API token, and I giving the username and the password. So first of all, check this whether I'm sending the right details or not in the use data. Okay, so password 1234, admin user. Let's change this one. Okay, and I think everything is fine. So let's make a post call. Okay, so I'm getting some thing as, let me take a look. Okay, so I on the issue I miss one thing, that we need to return that token. So in the over here new, we have to mention the JWT security token handler. JWT security token handler, and then write the token. Okay, save it and then run this application again. Okay, so service has started. Now make a call again and see like whether it's working fine or not. Okay, so we got the token, and we have to pass this token when we make a call. The admin method which we have in the weather forecast controller. So let's call this one and see like whether the token is working fine or not. So it's a weather forecast. Copy this one and then weather forecast and admins, and we have to pass our token in the bearer token. So if you go to the authorization, you can see one option bearer token, and then select it and then put this new token. Let me copy it again. Put it over here and then make a get call. Okay, so see, we get the response successfully. Now let's check if I change anything in the token, then it will work or not. So let me change something over here. I am replacing EY with some other digit or word, MU. Okay, so here you can see we receive the unauthorized because I am passing the invalid token. And if I change or give the right token again, it will work. But after 15 minutes you have to regenerate the token, otherwise you will get the unauthorized. So that is all for this JWT token implementation. Please like and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.